And welcome back to AAG. This is episode 276. Very happy to have you back with us on what will be a short and sweet AAG episode. Not a lot of OpenGov action since this time last week, but the action there is we're going to cover with vigor, starting with the state of the Treasury, which is looking very positive this week on all stacks. Oh, shoot. Here, wait 1 second. Gotta move us over. Okay, here's what it looks like. We are up 100,000 DOT, which is worth about $315,000. That brings the Treasury to 25.64 million DOT. We're up 510,000 USDT to 5.96 million, and up 520 USDC to 3.6 million. Very satisfying stack of stablecoins we have these days. Very nice to see. That is the state of the Treasury. I'll now throw it over to Tommy for the state of the Allison Bob. He is live at the Parity Retreat, and we're getting some views from the Parity Retreat right now. Here's Gavin Wood on stage announcing the second age of Polkadot. Tommy, what do you make of the situation?
Hey, Jay. Yeah, the state of the Allison Bob is completely mind blown. This is my second time at the Parity Retreat, and You can see right now I'm in the lobby. So this place is just full of parity people, like from product and runtimes and nodes and all the stuff that they're building. And then these people are crazy. They have sworn us into complete secrecy. We basically cannot talk about what we learned here today. So they every 5 minutes someone approaches me. Don't tweet this. Like what do you expect me to do, right? But yeah, very exciting things that we heard here in the last few days, and lots of stuff going on with Parity folks. Looking at the new product vision, we also have Basti here with us. So yeah, the Parity is in a big move right now for the product vision and everything that they're going for. So I think people want to look forward to coming to Sub-Zero and just getting a glimpse of everything that is coming up. I think it's going to be a very exciting time. And we might even be discussing one of the refs that is associated with all of this today.
Yeah, we're definitely going to dive into that. And you're right, we have been sworn to total secrecy. That's the condition of being here. But we did get the chance to interview Gavin Wood for Space Monkeys the night after his State of the Union address, where we were able to surface quite a lot of what he said on stage there. That's going to be very interesting. We also were able to interview Pierre, the VP of Engineering, and Kareem, who's the head of product development. So we do have some information coming out, and we'll see what else we can suss out from this ref that you were speaking about later on in the show. Thank you very much, Tommy, for the State of the Alice and Bob. Just checking who we need to let in here. Oh, we have Angie Dalton back on the show. We're going to let her in over here. And yeah, thank you very much, Tommy. We're now going to take a look at a section we used to call refs gone by, but we're just going to be a little more accurate and call it rejections gone by. A quick look at refs that didn't make it this week, which is all of them except for one whitelisted caller. So let's take a look here. Starting with autonomous projects, these are the folks behind the Polkadot Community Foundation. They had referendum 1749. This ended up failing with only 26.3% of the vote. We will have to see what happens with the PCF after this. We kind of learned that it's still possible to fill the director's seats even if this didn't pass, and they may attempt to do that anyway. This doesn't put an end to that, but oh, sorry, everybody. But yeah, that's the situation with Ref 1749. Over on the medium spender track, Jose's New Ventures Acceleration Program project, that was the 108,000 USDT. This never got off the ground, finishing with 0.9% in favor, 170 accounts. Well, let's take a look at the nested. 31 accounts voting against, 11 for. You had permanence on the I side, but the rest of the pack against. We will have to see if they come back, although we did get a stern talking to last or a couple weeks ago about this. We'll have to see if anything changes there. The DOTS proposal, this is the 39,000 USDT. This one failed, 17.6% in favor of the very popular DOTS group. And it looks now like they will be partnering with WAG Media, which is a perfect fit. They're going to be joining the meme lords over there, so we should continue to see the action from both those groups. And also WAG Media announced that they're going to have some more information coming out about their operations very, very soon. So we'll look out for that. And then Shankar and the Edgeware DAO, they were looking for this 37,000 USDT for their efforts with the Score SR 25519 situation. This ended up being rejected as well, only 11.1% in favor of this one. That was, yeah, never really got over the 50% mark either. A bit of a bright spot this week, though, on the whitelisted caller track. Clara posted this ref to replay some failed Snowbridge transactions. Some funds got hung up, and we needed to put a runtime upgrade through. We need to put this whitelisted caller through in order to resolve that situation. 100% in favor of returning those funds to where they belong. That's a huge win for OpenGov, but not a lot of action in OpenGov this week. We do have one ref to speak about, and this is with longtime friend of the show, Damsky. Damsky's back, and you were making a comment, Damsky, that you remember when there was 20 proposals on the show trying to get a spot to talk about why the ref should go through. And as we can see, action has totally slowed down on OpenGov over the past few months. But nice to have you on the show with this brand new ref, 180,000 USDC for the chaotic marketplace, which is the continuation of Polkadot, I believe. But we'll put 8 minutes on the clock, sir, and give you space to speak about whatever you wish. Welcome back to the show.
Thank you for the warm welcome. Yeah, I mean, it only proves the fact that we have been building in the ecosystem for quite some time now. So I remember all of these sessions with barely a chance to get in to present. Now we are the only ones. Either way, like you mentioned properly, can I share screen? I can, right?
Yeah.
So you mentioned properly that chaotic is a continuation of Polkadot, and the reason is that we basically had to fix our operations, and our previous founder decided to seek other ventures. So we needed to restructure and then take, let's say, the ownership into our own hands. I think this proposal comes at the right time, and at a reasonable time as well, because Polkadot's proposal is finishing in October, which is right now. I have already published the report with the spending and with the delivery of all the milestones. It's all visible in the GitHub repository, and we have created like a custom table where you can check all the issues that belong to what milestones. That is like for the proposal 1262, and that is expiring right now. So yeah, I mean, chaotic is pretty, I would say it's a cornerstone for the Polkadot NFTs and for Asset Hub, and with Parity's and Web3 Foundation and Gavin's focus on products, this is the product, right? You are using DOT directly through the marketplace, and beside the front end, we also manage a lot of infrastructure. So that goes to indexers, that goes to APIs that are used by other ecosystem teams that are basically reliant on it. Actually, Alexander Mitrovic did a really good comment where he mentioned that the indexer is pretty much the only one developers can use to create dApps on the main NFT palettes that are live on Asset Hub. So the maintenance is pretty crucial. So anybody who would want to build with that, they can use our indexer obviously for free because it's paid by the treasury. So the team consists of basically all the people that were in the team before. So a lot of those people are in the ecosystem for 3 to 4 years. And with Lou being in charge, I believe that we are heading into a really nice direction. So we host around 90K NFTs, and we process 1.14 million requests per month. That's on the indexer side. There is really a lot of requests that are coming in and out, whether it's from external apps or from our front end as well. So I believe this is really key to keep it managed and alive. Because otherwise there would be no front end for all the NFTs that are there, right? Obviously, that's not all we do. We have worked in the past with over 100 artists, and a lot of them are from Ethereum ecosystem. Some of them are from Solana. So we try to continuously onboard new artists. Obviously, when we talk about, let's say, securing some high-tier artists, those usually charge quite a lot of money for their gigs, and it doesn't really matter whether it's on Ethereum or Polkadot. They would just charge like, it can range from 1K to 1 million. So to bring like a little bit better artists, we would require probably way more funding, but that's maybe what is going to be solved with the Kusama art bounty. We will see about that. But what we do differently, I guess you could saw that like since the Polkadot repo was like, I mean, it's a 5-year repo, right? Like those people working on it and developers who have a project for 5 years, they can actually understand that the repo can get quite big. Sometimes you need to quick fix something, then it creates more bugs and so on. So what we did is basically we stripped it and made sure that the application is actually working properly, that it's well managed. We've rewritten a lot of code and that goes into basically that helps us with the speed, right? So the platform is way faster. And that's basically what people wanted for a long time, to have a bugless platform. And since we launched chaotic cards a couple of days ago, I think it proved the point that the platform is very stable and works. There were some minor issues, but those are fixable. Another thing that is quite important, that with the Polka VM, we are quite ready for that. We have already been testing out some stuff, how to integrate it. We've performed some research on it. So this is also included in the proposal, that when the Polka VM launches, we will be able to integrate it as soon as possible. And that will allow also for like smart contracts and ERC-721s being live and so on. I guess that would go into like all the objectives that we have. So we want to maintain the platform, make sure it's operational, make sure it's fast, make sure that people are happy. We want to maintain the backbone of the Polkadot NFT layer and make sure that it all works properly. In the third milestone, I guess, which is a little bit more community oriented, we will also ask for a small fund to onboard artists, because we previously finished our proposal where we onboarded artists to the Polkadot ecosystem. And that proposal was delivered as well with a full report with all the spending and so on. I'm not sure how much time do I have left. Is it like
a minute 40?
Oh, okay. Yeah, so to give a light little bit on the milestone 2, these features, I believe that a lot of people requested mass mint. There is actually a lot of work that needs to be done off chain to actually make mass mint work properly. Thus, we need to rework it and make a version 2 of it and allow for like 1K plus NFTs to be minted per batch. This is very requested feature, but there is a lot of stuff behind that we need to work on. And there is also a lot of research on how to actually make it fast and how to make it work. Besides that, we will offer the trade system, rarity system, and good to know that all the features that were previously funded by the treasury to Polkadot, all those features will be migrated to chaotic. So that means atomic swaps, it means offers, it means profile, and so on. So we don't do any double dipping. This is probably just good to note, because we just wanted to clarify that. And in terms of funding, like Jay already mentioned, this is for 180K, and we will see how it goes, next year. However, I believe that with all those features that we have currently on the platform and all the features that we will migrate, I think that the cost next year should be slightly lower, because we will not need to pay for new features, because I think the platform will be quite self-sufficient in terms of that. And then we will see how it's going to go. We obviously aim to be profitable, but as a lot of you realize, it's not really like a piece of cake. At least at the current market conditions. Right, well, I think I've gone through all the important things that I wanted to mention.
Yeah, and we're at time there actually too.
Yeah, awesome.
Perfect. Hey, just one thing, Dansky, because at the beginning you said the founder's moving on, but I thought you were the founder.
No, I was always the COO. I was managing like the operations for the team. I was a first hire in Coda, so I was basically very, very close the whole time. But our founder was actually Maciej Yangwa, who decided to move on, which is that's his decision, and we respect it. So no worries there.
All right, very good. Okay, thanks very much, Dansky. We'll check in on this next week. You saw how rejection heavy the treasury is right now, so I'm very curious how this is going to go with a project that generally everybody really loves the refs that you put up. So we'll check in next week and see how it's going. And you're definitely welcome back if you think it's useful.
Yeah. We are also curious, but like our main thesis is that like we have been building the product for quite some time now, and it aligns very, very well with what Web3 Foundation and Parity actually want to achieve. So this failing would be, I don't know, it would just be weird. So I hope it's gonna go be okay.
Okay, yeah, we'll definitely see. Uh, yeah, as we've learned here, the product focus is definitely what it's all about here, and maybe this falls into that bucket. We'll definitely see. Thank you very much, Dansky. That's all for the presentations this week, but we do have this breaking ref. Honestly, it was just posted. When was it posted? Half an hour before we started going here. This is ref 1770, and like always, you can see it in the sheet that's posted in the description of the YouTube video on the Coos channel. Here it is. Web3 citizenship bootstrapping. This is requesting 1.1 million DOT. And the idea is to DCA it into Holler, actually, over 4 days and use it as incentives for the Personhood app. Now, maybe, Tommy, you could give us a little bit of context here. Why do you, anything you can share? Why are they looking for incentives for the Personhood app, and what can we expect from this ref? Any ideas?
Yeah, so I've been cross-referencing it hard to make sure I only state things that have been published, you mentioned before. But actually, Gavin, 1 year ago at the Web3 Summit 2024, was actually already telling a lot of the stuff that we can expect here.
Yes, he was.
So People Chain is, according to the ref, going to be the place where we can expect Web3 citizenship to happen. So Web3 citizenship and proof of personhood, we can treat it synonymously here, right? So proof of personhood is this mechanism where there can be, if you are one person, you will only ever be able to have one account on chain. This allows us to claim our thoughts. And so we can start to create societies, communities, on-chain mechanisms where we know there is very likely only humans and there is one human per account. Right? So this funding mechanism is intended to bootstrap this whole thing. It's connected to the app, the citizenship. Sorry, this is the margarita. The citizenship app.
Uh-oh.
And yeah, so what Gavin mentioned also at the Web3 Summit is that there is an airdrop to basically onboard users, and that once you have this personhood on chain, you can enjoy certain services for free. You could, for example, have a little bit of on-chain storage for free or other things. So we talked about those things last year. Let's see what's coming up in the near term. And it is also very beneficial for Polkadot as an ecosystem to have the collective of on-chain humans, because we can save hundreds of millions of dollars per year in staking rewards. If Gavin's idea of replacing proof of stake with proof of personhood is actually becoming a reality. I think a lot of research still has to go into it, but I think it's definitely worth exploring if we consider that it could be worth hundreds of millions of dollars per year in savings for the network. And in exchange of that, we bootstrap a community. I think it's very interesting, very experimental. It's very much in the spirit of Web3 to see, can we get humans on chain and then start forming these communities of governance, and maybe even like transitioning to a whole new mechanism of securing the network.
All right, thanks very much. It's a fascinating proposal. It's proposed by Entropretty, which is the group responsible for the tattoo designs, which we know is going to be the mechanism, the first mechanism for identifying yourself as a person in this in this game, in this app, this personhood, this Web3 citizenship app. And I think the app's going to launch with another one as well. So if you don't want to get a tattoo, don't worry about it. You're not going to have to get a tattoo. But there's a bunch of curious things about this ref that I hope to understand a little bit more as the days go on. One, of course, is the request to sell DOT into Holler stablecoin when we've already sold DOT at much higher prices into stablecoins. Even transitioning USDC or USDT into Holler, if Holler was the preferred asset to hold, would be a play here. We have over 8 million in stablecoins and more than a million stablecoins more this week than we had last week. So that's an interesting choice. And the other interesting thing is the short timeline here. So it's this is kind of coming out of nowhere, which is totally fine. So I'm gonna I'm going to suggest maybe a reason for this, but so they propose it today, and then once the funds are acquired, they're going to DCA basically into $3 to $3.5 million worth of hauler in just 4 days. It's a pretty rapid sell over into hauler there. Why the rush? I have no idea. I'm not sharing any information I learned this week, but if I were to guess, maybe there's going to be something shown off at the Sub-Zero in a month. Like maybe that's the rush. But I have no idea. I actually don't. So that's just possible. That's the only explanation I can think of for the rush here. But yeah, very interesting situation. Oh, also to keep in mind, hauler has a cap of 3 million hauler. So this is more than the cap, but it looks like there'll be some adjustments to increase that cap before any of this goes through. So that's the situation. I'm gonna open it to the panel here and see what you all think. Florentina, I saw some reactions there. How are you feeling about this one?
Hi, Jay. Well, the first reaction this morning when I saw it was surprise. The second one was excitement. When I first read citizenship, I'm like, oh, yes, we're going to know more.
Here it comes.
Right?
Yeah.
However, we don't really know more at all. So now it's more about doubt and waiting for more information. At least that's how I'm seeing it right now. It's like, okay, I understand that this funding would be related to the citizenship app, but what about the app? How does it work? Like, how is this for the airdrops, and how much is it? Like, I believe at one point, Gavin maybe said 1 million people in airdrops or something. So is it like $3 per person that we are airdropping? Like, is that really going to make an impact? I don't know. I just have many questions, I guess, and not a lot of answers. And the ref is quite straightforward, but it doesn't go into detail in anything. So curious to know more.
Yep. Tommy?
So I think a lot of relevant context is revealed by Gavin in the Web3 Summit 2024 keynote. So I can highly suggest to watch that. You will find a lot of answers there. So already 1 year ago, Gavin talked a lot about those ideas. And so not revealing anything, but you will find a lot of treasure there. And then, yeah, Jay, I also saw this question being raised on Twitter. Why not airdrop bot to people? Why airdrop a stablecoin to people? And I think it's just a commitment to having an ecosystem native stablecoin and increasing the liquidity there, increasing the usage there, and also being able to measure it in a stable value and not in a flexible value. So I think it's leveraging the properties of a stablecoin and increasing the usage of Hola and making sure DeFi and Polkadot is still good at flourishing.
Yeah, I think adding liquidity to hydration is the main play here. Like I agree with the stablecoin thing, but it's just like, why not use turn those stablecoins into the hauler, the stablecoins that we have into hauler rather than sell DOT at this price. But yeah, adding liquidity to hydration, is always cool in my books.
I think it's an accounting issue. The stablecoins we have are planned to be used in Polkadot, and so if they would be, it's a little bit like out of the ordinary request, or maybe not. But I mean, it's just I think having this commitment to an ecosystem native stablecoin is a good thing, right? I would appreciate much more to have Hola than USDT or USDC being distributed, and I think it's very much in the spirit of Web3 values to have the most decentralized stablecoin we have available.
Yeah, and if we're going to do this, I mean, we could also start DCAing our stablecoins into hauler as well, so we can have some more variety over there, just in the treasury. The other thing I'm curious about, Tommy, is so this hauler accumulated is going to be on the Polkadot Treasury sovereign account on the People's Chain, but then so to spend it again, we need more refs. So we accumulate the hauler, but then to spend it, we would need another ref. Otherwise, who could pull the trigger?
There could be a pallet on the people chain that would spend it according to a certain reward logic. If you have one person that is eligible for a certain reward, for example,
yeah,
the pallet could pay that.
I mean, this is a root ref, so do you think that pallet is already on the chain, possibly?
I'm not aware. I don't think so.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
if one wants to know this, it's good to follow the GitHub repository on the fellowship/runtimes or Polkadot fellowship, Polkadot fellows/runtimes on GitHub. I think that's a good indication to see what's going on. And then there is this folder that just contains the on-chain logic for the people's chain. So I think everyone who is watching GitHub is also can spot some early information.
Okay, if you any GitHub hunters out there, let us know what you find. Florentina, you have your hand up.
Yeah, actually, something that you just mentioned, indeed, it is on the root track. I forgot to say it before. It's this question, no? Why use the root track for this?
I think it's necessary for the DCA in some way. I think we saw the root track also for that recent stablecoin acquisition ref, but I don't know the details. But there's something technically necessary about it, I believe.
It's necessary for every cross-chain activity. Whenever you do something on a system chain, when you send an XM instruction for the system to do something on a system chain, you need a root ref. Because every other ref is basically spending money, and the root can actually give instructions to do some higher level logic.
Yes. Okay, more comments coming in here, leaning a little bit on the concern side. Okay, in the end, I really hope that this passes, and I hope we don't have difficulty. There's probably a more delicate way to do these sort of things rather than bum rush the treasury with large veg spends. I really think every spend proposal, even if it's, because we have this new situation where Web3 Foundation and Parity and Gav and they're all going to be more active in OpenGov. Every one of these refs is an opportunity to get people marching to the same beat, to align people, to get people excited. Just rushing big spends in without a lot of details suddenly, it's, in my books, this is a total missed opportunity. I hope it doesn't, it's not a situation where we have unnecessary conflict or we dissuade people from participating or anything like that. And if that is the case, I hope, we can slow down a little bit and, use the resources that we've built up of communication and consensus and alignment to, use these opportunities to bring us together. It'd be really, really cool. The Web3 Citizenship Project, I saw a demo of the app while we were here, saw a demo of not only the tattoo DIM, but also the other mechanism that's going to be in play. It's so cool. And the opportunities here to onboard people with Web3 citizenship are absolutely massive. Putting it at the core of all the products that Parity is going to pump out is absolutely huge. It differentiates the Polkadot ecosystem from anything else out there. I'd highly recommend voting in favor of this just on those reasons alone. But I also hope that we can, we can make sure everybody's aligned and use these as opportunities to do so. Speaking of, we have another example of something that was kind of bum rush, and I don't really know what bum rush means, but I heard it recently on a show I'm watching. Barry, actually, the show is called Barry. It's really, really freaking good. But this is should Polkadot Hub have the native PUSD based on the Hansen protocol? I don't know if this was. I don't think this was rushed in by. Actually, we know this wasn't rushed in by Parity. This was rushed in by Sarab from Colorful Notion. But kind of another situation where, boom, this is what we're doing, and this is the way we're going. And then the people who are at least actively voting in the ecosystem right now, pump the brakes hard. Let's take a look at the vote right now. We have Red DAO and Colorful Notion on the I side here. And Chaos DAO, Polkadot Poland, Lenexus, Trustless Core, this Anon account here with 536,000 dot voting power. White Rabbit, Governown, all these big voters against the proposal here, which really, really sucks to see. Again, based on what we heard here at the Parity retreat, the stablecoin is absolutely huge. It's so bullish for the DOT token. It's so integral to the future of these products. It's absolutely massive, but it's painful to see this misalignment here and this missed opportunity again with getting everybody marching together. So this is one of the refs on the go this week. Wish for Change 1761, and really struggling here with less than a week remaining, or no, about just a week remaining. We'll have to see if big bags come in to push this through, which obviously absolutely is within their right to do, or if this will be a signal to take a different approach and a different run at this super, super, super important piece of infrastructure for the future. We'll have to see about that. Any comments on that before we move on? Stablecoin situation.
I guess it's very much in the interest of. I mean, we saw that Gavin is closely working with Brian Chen or in communication for getting stablecoin up. The palette itself and the code and the logic and the whole system behind it is very much validated over many years. We know the backstory of everything, so I'm not sure where the skepticism is coming from. And I believe it is also in the interest of the Web3 Foundation to actually vote most people in those things. Or at least, I don't know. I think this should not fail, even if they're rushed, even if it's a little bit misplaced to put them out at this point in time. I think the signal from the network should actually be to support this thing, right? Yeah. Even if, I don't know, maybe you don't agree with the wording or whatever details, but overall, the general direction should be to support this. And so I think it's going to be interesting to see if the Web3 Foundation is actually coming in with a vote.
Yeah.
And if they're planning to do so, I think the thing that they're sweating about right now is actually explain their reasoning, explain their arguments, and putting out the clear comments that explains why they're voting this.
That being said, maybe this was never meant to be put out to a vote at all. But that's it. That's how it goes.
So,
Florentina?
Yeah, actually, again, Tommy just said what I wanted to say, which is I'm curious to see if the Web3 Foundation is going to use their first vote on this proposal or not. But also, yes, the stablecoin is important, but which stablecoin and with which background and the image of the AUSD, can that harm the ecosystem as a whole or not? More questions that we ask ourselves.
Yeah, I think the thing is we really want a stablecoin backed by DOT. It would be very, very cool. So let's see how we get there. Let's see how we get ourselves all marching in the same direction here. And yeah, maybe a little less delay and drama would be possible with a little more communication. Hey, before we move on, I see we have Angie on the show. Hey, Angie, sorry I hope I'm not interrupting anything, but just wanted to open it up in case you had any updates from your awesome announcement last week.
Yeah, so I just tried to send through. So there's a silver lining in everything. I had a hack. Web3 Foundation was not available to help in terms. Well, I had a hack in my Kraken account. Yeah, which I've been working out with Kraken over the last week. And last week I had said the Web3 Foundation I was reaching out to them to, and also from Kraken from the US, it's not possible to send USDC from my Kraken account to the Polkadot treasury. And so I was trying to figure out something with the Web3 Foundation, which didn't work. Anyway, great news. An hour ago, I did get everything set. And the silver lining of this DOT price is that we converted $500,000 at a price of $3.24.
Nice, yeah.
So we got 154,000 DOT. And so right now I'm literally just scanning Subscan, and it hasn't come up yet, but as soon as it does, we'll be able to send it all over. And yeah, it'll be a little more than 154,000 DOT.
I would be panicking right now, Angie. You're waiting for something to appear on Subscan worth $500,000. I would be.
No, I only sent 10 DOT. I just sent 10 DOT.
Okay. Now, like, wow. Look at this iron nerves.
Yeah, no. Believe me, this week has pushed me over the edge. When you're dealing with crypto exchange support, it's like,
oh, it's brutal.
Okay, let's just meditate here.
Yeah. Oh my God. Okay, well.
But anyway, it's all working out, and again, yeah, I think the silver lining is the DOT price can go in our favor if we're converting fiat.
Cool. Yeah, that's awesome. Okay, good news. Glad it's all working out.
Yeah.
All right. Thanks, Angie.
Sure.
Hey, a few more refs on the go here before we head out. We have the Inc. Alliance bounty. We've had Peter and friends on the show for a few weeks now talking about this. Now less than a week remaining in the decision period, and under 10% in favor of opening this new ink bounty. Some compelling arguments last week, but hasn't quite reached voters in its current form. So we'll have to check on that. We'll have to check on what they do if this doesn't end up making it. If it doesn't end up getting pushed through, and so far it doesn't seem like it's going to have the support it needs. Also, another possible rejection on the horizon here. This is the resubmission of the Region X hub proposal for the much reduced 65,500 USDC. This still sitting under the 50% mark at 44.4% in favor, with about a third of the decision period remaining. So that will be another key app in the ecosystem, an app that makes using the infrastructure easier for everybody. But this could be put on ice as well, or possibly another submission. We'll have to see. Here, another example. This one just over the line now. This has improved a little bit since I was prepping the show. 38,500 USDC for Polkawatch, decentralized analytics. This is an app that is monitoring the decentralization situation in the ecosystem, halfway through the decision period now, and struggling again. We have 17.57 million votes on the nay side. So Ret DAO, Saxonburg, Linexus, PBA, Permanence DAO, Trustless Core, Fles, all on the I side here. Florentina's there too on the I side. But Chaos DAO with their big 13.8 million DOT voting power and Polkadot Poland are the ones on the nay side here. So that's going to come down to 1DV flip or any other bags that come through. And then this is a bit of a positive move from last week. So we had Alex from Pendulum on the show. He was looking for that 50,000 DOT for that DeFi project, but we learned a little bit together, and I believe, looks like he's going to go to the DeFi bounty to work with this DeFi project. We just sent $1 million to the DeFi bounty, and he's already familiar with those people over there. So just a bit of a step in the wrong direction here, but asking to vote no on Ref 1764, which, well, people were already eager to do, but now 34.5 million DOT against. And yeah, hopefully they get on the right track over there. Finally, a new ref just coming in as well this morning. This is from StellaSwap, the StellaSwap incentive program. Another $1 million DOT. They're looking for liquidity. We have done this before with StellaSwap, and I think this ref may come down to how successful the previous liquidity injection was. We'll probably see that information surface over the next few weeks, but this is waiting for a decision deposit right now. I wanted to bring it to everybody's attention, something to look out for next week. Now, before we get to the one confirming ref here, I'll open it up to the panel for anything interesting we want to discuss, OpenGov related or not. Michael, I see just a few days left in the KPG public sale here. What's going on with that?
Yeah, this is for round 2. There is another round.
Oh, I see. Then we start another round. Okay.
But the cool part is that this round is actually twice the size of the previous one. So yeah, it's been cool. It's been very cool. It's been pretty consistent. We got some whispers there might be a couple more buys still coming in this round, but yeah, very, very excited, very grateful at the moment.
Okay, so little whispers. If you want to get in at this, what is it? 0.27.
2.7 cents.
2.7 cents per KPG. I guess now's the time. Remember, you can use code KUS to get a little bonus 5%. Will that still work in the next round as well?
Yep. Yep,
Okay.
it'll still work.
Well, there you go.
Yep.
That's good. Hey, any idea how many people actually use the KUS code?
A lot. I think you're number 1.
No kidding.
Referral code. Or number 2, something like that.
It's because of this hyper informative live stream we did last week, of course.
Of course, yeah. I think there was actually a pretty significant bump after that live stream using KUS code.
That's cool. That's cool. Well, we did surface a lot of interesting information there, and of course, encouraging everybody to really think if this sale is right for them. Really look at the terms and make sure that everything is well understood. But yeah, very cool. Congrats on the sales so far.
Yeah, going well. So we're, especially when we've had a $19 billion market nuke, and
yeah, right.
it didn't deter everybody. So
very, very cool. Okay, anything else on the go here that we want to speak about? Well, we have everyone's attention. Lorena, how's preparations for Sub-Zero going? You got some cool people lined up for a panel there?
Yes, yes. We are working on that. We are working with the scholarship. Sponsorship. We can say, okay,
What?
take into account that sponsorship. We selected 40 people for the sponsorship to Sub-Zero.
Yeah.
So
Oh, yeah,
we already have, yes, the winner. We published the winner in forum.
Oh, you did?
So, yes.
Okay, okay. Can you drop a link? Let's take a look at it.
Okay, I will share the link. Yes, we post in forum the link of the 40 people that we selected. Okay.
Okay.
Give me one more.
Okay, while you
Yes,
look, yeah, go ahead.
yes. No, sorry, tell me.
I was gonna show something else while you look for the link.
Yes, I will share. I will send you the link.
Okay, while you look for that, I just look at this post from Sub-Zero. Things you can find at Sub-Zero this year that you won't find at a normal conference. A tattoo studio, a tiki beach bar, an esports arena, a nail salon, a ball pit, a furry wall room, and a merch fashion store. And I heard there are actually fashion designers there who will make sure you walk out of there looking better than you did coming in. It's going to be a wild, wild time. All right, Lorena. Oh, did you get it? Let's see. All right.
Link copy. Give me one moment and I share here, okay?
It's cool. I got it up on the screen right now. Announcing the
Okay,
Polkadot
yeah.
community delegation to Argentina. Here we go. Okay, what you can go down the list here. What do you want to tell us about this?
That we already selected the 40 people, as I mentioned before.
Yep.
20 people from America, 10 people from Europe, 5 people from Asia, and 5 people from Africa. We have people from many projects and many speakers, so will be great. Yes.
Very, very, very cool.
The
Congratulations to
list
everybody on
of
the list.
the lists are there. Okay, many PBA. Yes. So yes, a very good selection. Very, very good selection with preference of the ecosystem.
Okay, here's the European list. We have the artist skulls here behind from the Todd project. Niklas here, he's going to be on stage actually twice. That's going to be really interesting there. That's very, very cool.
Gustavo will be Gustavo Chaper, Maria Mashushina.
Oh
yes,
yeah,
I'm
from
sorry for
Unique. Yep,
yes,
that's cool.
Yes, all of them, they are speakers and they are part of the grantees from this sponsorship. Yes.
Fantastic. And look, we also have Mantra from the Dots coming. He's part of the Asia cohort.
Yes. Yes.
Flipchan's going to be on stage as well. That's going to be such a great talk. I think he's calling his talk Shielding the World, which will be very cool.
One thing that I would like to confirm, because we have many teams that apply as a team, okay, 2 or 3 people for the same team. So the idea was given the opportunity to different teams. So when we have this situation, we select only 1 per team. So we have the representative, at least 1 per team, okay?
Okay, yeah, gotcha. So you can have, at least 1 person there. I'm just trying to pull up the agenda here. Oh, there it is. There it is. So the agenda is live now at subzero.gg/agenda, and just look at some of the talks we have here. So we're going to open this whole bad boy with Gavin Wood, a talk that he's going to call the Second Age. This is just going to start the whole conference off. And then we're going to take a short little break here, and then we dive right into Michael's talk here. Mandala Chain, smashing barriers with real global use cases, big. Then we have Ed Hess coming on the main stage here, redefining trust, digital verification for the next energy economy. Then, big, Ben, Mr. Lol McShiz from Hydration, DeFi's Holy Trinity Unleashed, followed by a short 10-minute presentation by CTO Jakob, Hydration, one more thing. Could be pretty cool, whatever they end up announcing there. Then we have Ryan Din from SubWallet, conquering the future with SubWallet. Big, 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 big talks. That's on the main stage in the morning. Then on the sub stage, we have a bunch of talks that are going to be really useful for those doing the 72-hour hackathon right here, followed by a massive privacy day. This is going to be led by Flipchan. And then we have a bunch of really interesting privacy projects coming up here. Open Zeppelin. This is Open Matter here. This is a quantum computer project, a shared quantum computer project. This is just going to be very, very cool. Again, like I say every week, if you haven't yet, book your tickets to Buenos Aires. It's going to be freaking sweet. Tommy.
I posted this on Twitter earlier today. After having listened to everything that Gavin said and that people at Parity are working at, I think if you have the chance and if you're on the edge, you do not want to miss this Sub-Zero. I think career paths are going to be changed by this.
Yeah.
And I think just after Gavin's talk, the energy that's going to be in the room and the conversations that are going to be had are going to be really energizing for people and really inspiring. So if you have the chance, try to make it.
Yep. That's it. That's why we're going to start it all off with him too. He's going to set the tone for the whole thing. And boy, does that man know how to set a tone. Someone in the comments asking, when Jay's speaker? Oh, well, I'm actually going to be very busy hosting the live stream. So if you can't make it, which is going to be, it's going to be okay. You're going to have a great experience watching it online. We're working with VBrick. Remember VBrick? They're launching a roll-up on Polkadot for enterprise video. They are sponsoring the event, and you are going to go to the Sub-Zero site. You're going to see a VBrick app authenticated by VBrick via Polkadot, and you're going to be able to select which stage you want to watch it in, and also, I believe, which language you want to watch it in, because we're going to have it live dubbed as well. Then you're going to see me in between breaks. When there's a break on one stage, you're going to see me. I'm going to be running around this venue, going to the nail salon, getting my nails done, getting a tattoo live on air, getting a costume change. Going to be doing all these things. Going to try to bring as much of the conference to you at home as possible, and it's going to be just absolutely epic. So if you can't make it, first of all, you need to try to make it. But if you really, really can't, then we're going to try to make it as awesome as possible for you at home. Do tune in for that. I think we're going to have Chaotic in there as well, offering some choice mints at different times. So you want to definitely be part of the action there, so you can claim a piece of history. Could be pretty cool. Okay, I think that's it for the show. Everybody feeling AAG? You got your maximum AAG for the week? Yeah. Okay. We have an awesome Space Monkeys this Sunday with the third John in our VC John series. This guy, this John is from Wacom Capital. And this is an interesting situation because they held DOT, but they don't actually trade DOT anymore. And we actually dive into why that might be and what Polkadot might have to do to reignite Wacom's passion for DOT. But a very interesting fellow, a deep talk that we get into there. So that's going to be this Sunday on Space Monkeys. And then we're going to have the Gav talk, the Gav Space Monkeys, the week after that. So tune in. That's happening on Sunday, Friday, the Friday Dot News Pump, of course. I'm going to be up all night, catching up on the news this week. And yeah, we'll bring you that here from Bulgaria before we take off. Not going to do this one from the plane bathroom. We're going to have one in the hotel room this week. But yeah, that's the situation on the Coos. Less than 1 month to Sub-Zero, baby. It's going to be big, and lots of people working very hard behind the scenes. It's been a little harder than I thought it would be, but I think we're gonna nail it, man. Because the Sub-Zero team is so awesome, and they just push us to the limit. And you're gonna get to enjoy the fruits of those hard labors very soon. Thanks everybody for watching. We'll see you all very soon. Have a great weekend, everybody.